guys, so if you don't know me personally, I'm trying to get more personal on my channel. I am a nail technician. That's how I make the coins, among other things. So I'm going to show you guys how to do my nails. So first things first is I'm going to take a fine sanding band and a mandrel bit, and I'm going to sand off all of my top coat, and I'm going to push my cuticles back because we do not want any lifting on this villain, okay? And I just want to let y'all know I really do love y'all because I'm stepping out of my comfort zone because your girl rocks with colored acrylics, as you can see, and I'm about to be fooling up with some gel polish for y'all. So after I push my cuticles back, I'm going to take my cuticle nipper, a clean cuticle nipper, and I'm just going to nip off any lifting that I may have. You want to make sure you take any lifting off because if you lift, you can be susceptible to funguses. And then I'm going to take my ceramic cuticle drill bit, and I'm going to get rid of any extra cuticle skin that I may have left on my fingers. And I'm going to take my personal dusting brush and I'm going to brush my nails off. Next, I am going to take a tornado ceramic drill bit, and I'm going to kind of just smooth down any humps so that my transition for my acrylic application will be nice and my apex will be in the right place on my nails. And then afterwards, I'm going to take a bottle of alcohol, put it on some paper towel or, cotton balls, whatever you have. Just make sure it's clean. And I'm going to dry out my nail bed, my natural nail bed. Some people use nail dehydrator. I personally don't like nail dehydrators because to me, it always seems like there's some chemical in it that offsets your primer and makes your nails start lifting up. So I'm starting to get ready. I've already poured my monomer in my little dapping dish. You don't need a lot of monomer. If you do use a lot of monomer, sis, conserve your product. And I'm going to use the Young Nail Protein Bond. That is my favorite primer of all time. It's really expensive, but I love it. Never had any problems with it. Been using it since school. So, and I'm going to prime my nails. I'm going to let it dry. That's the key thing, is to let it dry. Once I let it dry, I'm going to dip my acrylic brush into my monomer and start my fill-in. I personally use a size 18 brush. Not 18, I'm sorry, a 16 brush. I may use an 18 if the client has a really big nail bed, but that's the size brush that I'm the most comfortable with. I've used a 24 before and I freaking loved it, but I can't find that brush. I don't know what happened to it. It wasn't even mine to begin with. I found it at work, but it's cool. So the key to doing a fill-in is, you just want to make sure you cover up your natural nail, make sure your apex is in the right spot. Wipe off any excess, monomer or powder around your fingertips. Application is key. If you apply it smooth, you don't have to worry about anything. On this particular nail, I had a lot of lifting because I jammed this nail into a cabinet when I was cooking. So when you have nails like that, you want to make sure you use the tornado drill to just lay it down as flat as you can without burning your nail bed and giving your nail bed a ring of fire. And you just want to apply the first ball to make everything neat. And then you want to do your second ball to where your apex is nice and smooth. So that's what I did. Sorry, I was a little out of focus because I'm actually still doing my nails. So I'm sorry, y'all. I had to see. I'm kind of blind. So that's what I have. And that's what you have going on here. So that way your apex is nice and smooth. The first application was not done by me. It was done by my former coworker. Her Instagram is Splashed by Cam, and I will leave her information below. I really love this Tammy Taylor powder that she put on me initially. I don't have it in stock, so I just had to make do with what I have, and plus I'm putting a polish over it so it didn't have to be the same color. So I'm going to take my 100 grit file. I'm going to tap to make sure I am dry and I'm able to actually file down my nails. And I'm going to take my diamond flathead bit. It's a diamond bit. It's really coarse. And I'm going to go along my cuticle. I usually like to put, my drill is always usually on an 8 speed. I don't know what speeds y'all are, but my drill is usually always on an 8. I go up depending on how thick the nail is and how much I have to shave off. Usually it never goes past 12 though. So once I seal my acrylic in around the cuticles, I'm going to go in with my file to make sure my shape is nice how I want it. And I'm showing you guys how your apex should be. Now, personally, I like flat nails, but again, I didn't do the initial application. My former coworker did. She still did a great job though. My nail foundation is pretty sturdy, and the only reason I had lifting in the first place is because I jammed my fingernails. So, next, after I file and shape, I'm going to go back in with my fine sanding bit, go back around the cuticles one good bit, just to, for security of mind. I always do that. And then I'm just going to go around the whole entire nail just to make sure it's smooth, no ridges, so you don't see any dips and dings when I'm actually applying my polish. After that, I'm going to go wash my hands with no soap. And then I come back, just pour a little bit of alcohol on and clean my nail bed. I'm just really, really, really particular about my prep. I always like to make sure my products are going to stick, okay? So I just dry them out once again. And then I'm going to go in with my D&D base coat. I love D&D products. I really do. I don't know. I just freaking love them. But anyways, I put my base coat on, and again, like Cam really did a great job with this Tammy Taylor. I freaking love this color. I'm gonna have to purchase the powder myself now. But anyways, I put my base coat on, and then I go up under the light for about 60 seconds. So once I go up under the light, y'all, I love how just the base coat came out. I really did start to just kind of wear them like this because it was kind of like a nice ombre, because the Tammy Taylor is the same color as my skin and the clear did not look bad at all. I started to just leave them like this, but anywho, I'm going to go in with the color Eggshell. And I am going to apply 2 coats. Now, normally with any D&D product, I believe this color is by D&D as well. Sometimes you really don't have to do 2 coats because they be thick up, okay? And I have to be really conscious of making sure the gel polish is not too thick, because sometimes clients don't stick their hands straight in. They kind of lean to the side, even though you tell them to be straight. And sometimes people's fingers just can't be straight no matter what you do. So you really just have to be conscious of how much of the polish you're putting on. This is why I personally really favor colored acrylic, but you just have to be really conscious of how much product you're putting on, making sure that you don't lose your shape in the bulkiness of the color itself. But once you put it on, and I am doing my own nails, so, I did get a little bit around my cuticle. So I'll just take like a cute little cleanup brush, pour some alcohol on that thing, and just clean up and nuke it, honey. As Susie say, I'm going to nuke it. And I wait about 60 seconds. Now, this is not my normal lamp, y'all. We're not working right now, so I found my lamp, but I didn't find my cord, which is so weird. I have no idea where my cord is, but I just had to make do with what I have. This little lamp is by Jellish. I got it from Sally's. Honestly, it's not my favorite. I really don't want it, but like I said, I had to get this video out for y'all, so I had to do what I had to do, okay? So I'm just waiting on that to finish, honey. And then once I finish, I am going to go back in with a second coat. Again, just make sure that you're watching how much you're putting on there. Now, honestly and truthfully, in my opinion, I felt like I didn't need a second coat of this color because it went on and covered it up so well. But for peace of mind, I did go ahead and just do a thin second layer. And then I nuked it, and that's how it came out. This color is so pretty. Y'all gotta excuse my dry cuticles, honey. With the Rona going around, I have been washing my hands like no other, okay? Your girl's hands is dry, slay. So I'm gonna take the PNC foil gel. Now this stuff is really thick, y'all, so make sure y'all got a good lamp, because if this don't dry all the way, it's not gonna work. But if you got a good lamp and then nuke it real good, you'll be good to go. Now I had to nuke it in this little raggedy lamp a couple of times to make sure it did what I needed to do. But anyways, once I come out of the gel lamp, I am going to take this lovely lace foil I got from Amazon, because I wanted something cute and dainty with this nude. Now, if you wanted to just leave the nude how it is, you definitely can. I personally am not a simple type of gal. If I am simple, it's always gonna have a little bit of pizzazz to it, baby. It ain't never just gonna be laid back, cool, nothing going on, unless it's colored acrylic. And then in that case, then it's not just laid back, everything going on, because honey, that color's here to stay. Okay, so I take the lace and I lay it in the position that I want it to be on top of the nail, and I take a plastic cuticle pusher and apply pressure just so the foil really sticks down. The foil glue itself is really good, but I try to apply as much pressure as I can, so that way when I pull it off, I don't have any missing spaces. And as you can see, it's really stuck to it, and boom, whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. And so I do put it back on the tip, just because I don't want the tip just looking all crazy. So afterwards, I'm gonna apply me some jewels, and I take the Young Nail Synergy Base Gel. I love the Young Nail Synergy kit for hard gel applications. If you own a shop or you're a nail technician, I would definitely suggest this product. The IBM is good too, but I just love the Young Nail kit because it's I don't know, it's just what I prefer and what I started off with. So I take the Young Nail hard gel and I apply it over the nail I want my stones to be on. I'm doing 3D stones, so I'm just going to do one big stone. And I make sure I put a little bit more hard gel on where the stone itself is going to lay. So I do the hard gel, and then I do a no wipe top coat over it, okay? There has to be a no wipe top coat because it seals in the stone, kind of like saran wrap. So I do the hard gel application and then a no wipe top coat, and then I do a little bit more bulk of hard gel where I'm going to sit my stone at. I took a cleaning brush and just kind of cleaned up around my cuticle. You do not want to cure this hard gel on your cuticles, because child, that thing will burn like no other, okay? That's not what you want to do, sis. So I'm pouring out my 3D stones. I got these from Amazon as well. Yeah, I'm an Amazon shopper, okay? I love them. Their customer service is awesome. And I'm a Prime member too. So if you got Amazon and don't got Prime, sis, you're playing around. You're playing games. So as you can see, I got my little bulk of gel towards the end because the stone that I'm putting on there is pretty big, and I need to make sure it's going to stay, that it doesn't go anywhere. So the bigger your stone, the more gel you have to put on there. So I'm going to nuke this for about 2 minutes. And you see how you have to make sure your placement's nice when you place it in, because you don't want your stone to keep sliding back. And that's the issue that I kept having before I nuked it. It kept sliding back and I kept having to clean up. So just make sure you don't put too much on there. And make sure your fingers pointed downward so you don't get a lot of buildup in your cuticle area, because that's why I had to keep cleaning it up, because honey, I was not about to fry my cuticles. I wasn't about to do it, baby. It wasn't happening. So once I got myself together, honey, I finally put it in in the light. I just had to make sure it wasn't on my skin, child, because I have burnt myself before like that. So once that's done, I'm going to apply my no wipe top coat to all my other fingers just to seal in my designs. I did the same steps for all the other jewels you see. And then I'm going to take my cuticle oil made especially for me by Musa Moon, and I will include that link below to Bria's website. Bria is awesome. She does herbal things and apothecary. I think I'm saying that word right. But once I placed my cuticle oil on, and y'all, my fingers felt so good after I put this mess on there. Y'all, my fingers were so dry. It was crazy. I know y'all was watching this video like, sis, do you own a lotion bottle? Like, what's good? But anyways, I finished that and I rubbed my hands together. Make sure you rub the cuticle oil into your cuticles. A lot of people don't tell you that. You're actually supposed to rub the oil into your cuticles. And voila, I am done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I love you so much. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Bye.